Does this sound familiar to you? You decide you want to start a weight loss journey, so you go online and you start looking up different ways to lose weight. So you think, okay, on Monday, I'm going to cut out carbs, I'm going to cut out sugars, I'm only going to eat lean proteins and fresh veggies. And on top of that, I'm also going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out. Then you're weighing yourself every 5 hours throughout the day. You still haven't lost very much weight, so then you decide, nah, I'm just going to order a pizza instead. This isn't working. Yeah, me too. Until about 2 years ago, when I feel like I finally figured it out. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 4 steps on how to start your weight loss journey. I want to lose weight. I am finally doing it. Goalie Squad, welcome back to 70 Pounds of Life, my weight loss journey to lose some weight. My name is Marissa Dunn and I am currently down 90 pounds and counting. Since I have been, I would say, pretty successful at my own weight loss journey, I thought that I would go ahead and talk to you guys about how to start your own weight loss journey in 4 steps. Not 20, not 50, 4. These are all things that I wish somebody would have laid out for me in my weight loss journey when I was first starting. So I figured I would help you guys out, throw you a bone, and give you some of these tips. The first step, and I know this may sound cliche, but I promise you I'm not gonna say it and then just move on without telling you how to actually do it. But the first step is going to be getting into the right mind space or mindset for your weight loss journey. Step number 2, no, I'm just kidding. So what I mean by getting into the right mindset is, and I was the same way when I first started my weight loss journey, I did not think that I could actually do it. I knew that I had set a goal to lose a certain amount of weight, but in my back of my head, subconsciously, I was thinking, man, I really hope, there it is, hope that I can reach this goal, instead of saying, I am going to reach this goal. I didn't believe in myself. So what I mean by getting into the right mindset is believing in yourself. Stop wishing, stop hoping that it'll work out, and just start believing in yourself that it will happen. Now you're probably thinking, Marissa, well, I don't really think that I can do it, so how do I start believing in myself? Don't worry, I have some tips, and I'm gonna tell you. First things first, and I've talked about this before, you need to start using positive self-talk. Using positive self-talk can look different. So you can do morning affirmations, which I have a video where I talk about that. I'll link it for you guys. You can do, you can write out your goals for the day. You can say out loud to yourself what you're going to accomplish. The second thing is to stop giving the fear of failure any type of power. Take that power that you've been giving to fear, that I hope, just that sentence, I hope, that alone, there's fear hidden in there. It sounds super positive because hope is such a big word. Instead, take the power that you gave to fear, take it back and give it to yourself, because you hold the power to make the changes in your life that you want to make, which is my tagline at the end of every video. But seriously, you do hold the power. And if you set this goal, you absolutely can do it. And if you feel like you can't do it, go watch my very first video. Yeah, that was about 90 pounds ago. Guys, it is possible. I'm not special. I'm not some superwoman. I didn't make a wish to a genie and then it happened. No, I had to absolutely believe in myself. And I'll be completely transparent with you guys. When I first started my weight loss journey, I didn't really think that it was possible. But something inside me just held on for 2 weeks, because usually I would start my weight loss journey and then quit 2 or 3 days into it, but I held on for 2 weeks, and then as soon as I started seeing results, that was the confirmation that I needed. And from that point on, it was no longer I hope, it was I will. So guys, seriously, getting into the right mindset is so important, because if you don't 100% believe in yourself, then why are you going to give 100%? Does that make sense? Yeah. The last part of getting into a positive mindset for weight loss is to leave the past in the flippin' past. So what happened last year or 2 weeks ago, it doesn't matter. If you failed at a weight loss journey 100,000 times, it doesn't matter, because the past does not hold any power over your future. Got it? Okay, let's move on to step 2. This is a big one, and it really, really worked for me. There are a few like sub steps to this step, so let's go ahead and start talking about it. Number 2, the second step is to create a plan. What's that quote? Failing to plan is planning to fail. Yeah, that's real. So another reason why I was so successful on this weight loss journey is because I set a plan for myself. Now, I don't mean to jump in and change your diet and start exercising like 100%, throwing all of that into the cookie jar at one time, because that's too much going on. That's too much. You need to go ahead and focus on 1 or 2 things. The 2 biggest parts of weight loss are, where are you going? Okay, bye-bye. The 2 biggest parts of weight loss are 1, your nutrition, and 2, exercise, right? In my opinion, and it's also been proven through studies, nutrition is the most important. Nutrition makes up about 80% of your weight loss. The other 20% comes from working out. So between those 2 things, you need to figure out what's right for you. Either you're going to start with nutrition, or you're going to start with working out. I would recommend starting with nutrition, because this is what's gonna happen if you try and do both at the same time. So let's say it's Monday and you change your diet and you remove the carbs and you remove the sugars and whatever you're doing, right? Well, your body is gonna go through a detox. You're going to feel shaky and jittery and agitated, maybe a little weak. You're gonna feel hungry. All of those things are going to happen to your body. That's what happens when you change your way of eating. You clean up your nutrition. You're gonna go through a detox, right? So then you're going through all that, like you're having a great day, right? You're going through all that, and then you're like, okay, yeah, now I need to work out, because those are the 2 things to lose weight, working out and nutrition. So then you go to the gym while you're jittery and shaky and agitated. And when you're at the gym, you don't know how to work the machines, and you don't really know what to do with like the dumbbells and the barbells, and like what's the difference between a dumbbell and a barbell? Like, what do I do with that, right? So 2 days of this are going on. You're weighing yourself every morning, and you're not seeing a difference. Well, 1, you're not seeing a difference because it's only been 2 days, and then secondly, you're just overwhelmed. Like, that is not sustainable, right? So conquer 1 thing at a time. So yes, make sure that you're choosing 1 thing to focus on. Either you're gonna focus on your nutrition, you're gonna go through that detox and all that bad juju, and then once that's done and over with, then you can add in your exercise, or you're gonna start with exercise, you're gonna get used to exercising, and then you can gradually start changing your nutrition. I personally would suggest the first option, which is focusing on your nutrition first. You're really just gonna sit there. That's a thing. Okay. So we're still on step 2, right? Creating a plan. The next thing that I would advise you to do is to get a weight loss journal, or just like a spiral notebook where you can create your plan. So if you're focusing on nutrition first, then I would advise you to plan out maybe 4 days of meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. Plan out what those meals are going to be, then create a grocery list from those days of meals that you planned out, and then schedule a time for you to go to the grocery store. Now, when you're planning your menu for like those few days, don't get crazy, don't be extra, don't do that. Be simple. Like, make it as simple as possible. If that means that you're gonna be eating tuna or grilled chicken and asparagus for the first few days, then that's what you're gonna be doing. You can get more creative than that. By the way, weight loss is not just grilled chicken breast and broccoli. Like, there's a bunch of different options that you can research. But when you're first starting out, just keep it simple, because you are going to have to be cooking your own meals. So if you're not used to cooking your own meals, that's gonna be a learning curve for you. Just try and keep it as simple and basic as possible. Now, if creating a meal plan is too much for you, then make it even more simple. Make it a goal to have 5 vegetables a day and to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And then for the next week, make the plan even bigger and more detailed. And then the following week after that, make it more bigger and detailed after that as well. Does that make sense? So I have a video where I showed you guys how I make my own weight loss journal, and in fact, I actually made a real life 90-day weight loss journal that also has some self-love prompts in it. It's on sale. If you guys want to buy it, you can, but you feel more than welcome to make your own, like in a spiral notebook. You don't have to buy a weight loss journal, but if you want to, you can. All right, we're still on the part where you're making your plan, right? So then the next thing that I would do is I would go through your refrigerator and your pantry and remove any foods that are not a part of that plan. Now, I understand that not everybody lives by themselves. You may have kids and a husband or like other people who are living with you. That's perfectly fine. Put all of those foods that are not on plan somewhere that it's out of sight, out of mind. Let your family know, hey, mom's doing this for the next few weeks. Your snacks are gonna be over there. So it's out of sight, out of mind for you. Now we are going on to step number 3. Measure your starting point. So that means taking measurements with a measuring tape of your bust, your neck, your belly button, your hips, your thigh, whatever you want to measure, you measure it. Just make sure that you are being consistent. Like, if you measure your belly button, just make sure that you know exactly where you measured it, so that way the next time you measure, it's consistent. Know what I mean? Also, make sure that you're taking photos. You can get your BMI, you can get your weight if you want to. I do think that it is good to get your starting weight. I don't think that it is necessary for you to weigh yourself every week. Listen, do not weigh yourself once a day. Your weight is going to fluctuate like crazy, and then it's just gonna get you in a negative state of mind. So my advice would be to avoid the scale. I would use measurements to track your progress if you can, as well as photos. And lastly, step number 4, find yourself a support group, some type of accountability, and don't forget to celebrate. Let's talk about all of those things. So find support. If you need some type of support, the internet is a thing nowadays. There is so many support groups on Facebook that you can join. I have a personal support group for Goalie Squad members, and if you want to consider yourself a Goalie Squad member and you have subscribed, then go ahead and go down to the link in the description down below. You do have to request to join this group, and you do have to answer the questions in order for me to accept you into the group. Let me repeat that. You do have to answer the questions, because I don't just accept anybody in the group, because I don't want it to be spammy and salesy. So answer the questions. Accountability. You need to find some type of way to hold you accountable. For me, I posted about my weight loss journey on YouTube. That's not for everybody, and I know that. Even posting on Instagram isn't for everybody. But maybe, once again, getting a friend who also wants to do this with you and having them be your accountability buddy, checking in with each other, sending each other photos of meals. And then celebrate. If you accomplish something that may seem like nothing to you, I can't tell you how many times I've had people message me and they're like, Marissa, I only lost a pound this week. It's so frustrating. And I'm thinking, like, what? You lost a pound? That is amazing. Imagine if you were to lose a pound a week. In 10 weeks, that would be 10 pounds down. Now you're thinking, 10 pounds in 10 weeks? Guys, don't put a time limit on this. There is no time limit on your health, right? So if you're losing a pound a week, that means you are heading in the right direction. Stop, celebrate, and acknowledge that you're headed in the right direction. Please do not get upset about not losing, you know, more than, even if you lose half a pound a week. There's times in my weight loss journey, and it's here on YouTube, where I only lost half a pound. 208.8 pounds. So I've lost 0.7 ounces. And I was in the mindset of, you know, there's not a time limit on this. So even when I lost half a pound, I was still happy about it because that means I was going in the right direction. So make sure that you're celebrating the small wins, no matter how small it may be. When you're writing in your journal, look to see what happened last week and what you can celebrate. I hope that these tips were helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, I do my best to respond to every single comment within reason. If you're watching this a year later, I'm probably not going to respond. But if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Let me know. I will do my best to answer your questions as much as possible. If you guys need help creating a plan, please feel free to reach out to me. I run monthly challenges where I give you guys number targets to hit with your calories, workout programs, accountability, support, weekly check-ins, community, a bunch of really great stuff. So if you feel like you are needing that extra help, email me down below. There might be a slight waiting list for the next challenge, but I promise you, if you put your name on the list, you will get into a challenge. Don't forget, if you are interested in the weight loss / self-love planner, that will be linked down below as well. That's all that I have for this video. I really hope that it was helpful for you guys. Remember, as always, you hold the power in your hands to make any changes in your life that you want to make. Please, if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is very helpful to me and to the channel for me to keep creating content for free for you guys like this. Hope you're all doing well and amazing on your fitness and weight loss journeys, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys. Did you just fart? Oh my god. Say bye. Okay, there it is. Bye, guys.